Ever watched a concert video and felt like something was missing? Like, despite the flawless audio and HD visuals, it just doesn't feel real? Well, what if I told you there's a documentary that completely rejects that polished approach, and in doing so, captures something way more powerful? It's called The Best Summer, and it's a chaotic, grainy, gloriously imperfect time capsule of a 1995 music tour that feels like the ultimate antidote to our hyper-curated digital age. But this isn't just about nostalgia. It's about what gets lost when we prioritize perfection over humanity. Let's unpack this. So, here's the setup. In 1995, a 23-year-old Australian promoter named Pav Pavlovic somehow convinced the Beastie Boys, Sonic Youth, Pavement, Bikini Kill, and a pre-Nevermind Dave Grohl to all tour Australia together. Tamra Davis, a director fresh off Billy Madison and married to Mike D of the Beastie Boys, filmed it all on a camcorder. No slick editing. No talking heads. Just sweat, portable toilets, and raw audio that sounds like it was recorded through a Walkman taped to a MIC stand. And that's the whole point. Davis didn't want to sanitize this. She wanted you to feel the heat of those crowds, the awkward intimacy of greenroom conversations, and the quiet heartbreak of knowing these artists would never be this young or this alive again. What makes this documentary fascinating isn't just the bands, it's the era it froze in amber. Think about it. This was before smartphones, before social media, before every concert became a content drop for streaming platforms. These artists weren't performing for Instagram likes. They were sweating through 40 degrees Celsius heat waves, joking with roadies, and answering hilariously awkward questions from Bikini Kill's Kathleen Hanna about their favorite color. And here's the kicker. Davis's sons, who grew up in the 2010s, actually pushed her to keep the shaky camcorder vibe. They said stuff like, "Mom, when your focus wobbles, it feels real. Like we're there." Which makes me wonder, have we become so desensitized to perfection that imperfection now feels revolutionary? But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Why does this footage hit harder than any modern concert doc? Because it's drenched in subtext. Watch Dave Grohl early in the tour. He's still the drummer guy here, hiding behind his hair, visibly terrified to sing lead vocals. Then fast forward to the last show. He's owning the stage, grinning like a man who just discovered his own power. Davis noticed this arc, and it's heartbreaking when you realize how much loss came after. MCA's death, Nirvana's legacy, the roadie friendships that ended in tragedy. This isn't a film about a tour. It's about how time erodes everything we take for granted. Even the audience's faces in the crowd feel like ghosts now. How many of them are still around to reminisce? And then there's the gender lens. Davis isn't just some fly-on-the-wall director here. She's part of the story. As a woman in the 90s music scene, her access was radical. She filmed Sonic Youth's Kim Gordon not as a riot GRL icon, but as a tired road warrior drinking lukewarm coffee. She gets Bikini Kill's Hannah to ask these megastars deeply personal questions about privacy versus performance. It's a subtle flex. Male directors would have focused on the riffs. Davis focused on the humanity. Which makes me think, how many stories get erased because the wrong people are holding the camera? The real gut punch, though, is Davis's own pride in her dope camera skills. She's not apologizing for the shaky footage or the muffled audio. She's celebrating it. And honestly, that defiance feels political. In a world where every teenager edits their TikToks to perfection, The Best Summer is a reminder that the most honest art is messy. Those one-take shots of the crowd? They're not lazy. They're a love letter to the moments we forget to monetize. So here's my closing thought. This documentary isn't just for music nerds. It's a challenge to all of us. Every time we reshoot a video because our hair looked bad, or filter a sunset because it wasn't vibey enough, we are erasing the cracks where the soul leaks through. The Best Summer is all cracks. And maybe that's why it feels so alive. What if the best memories aren't the ones we polish, but the ones we leave raw,